All right, here we go. To watch this video for Tuesday, June 11th. Another gap up in the market and another rally, but it ended up reversing. Kind of had this little topping looking candle, but who knows? Anything's possible. It's quite the rally over the last week, though. Chat room was on fire today. I'm going to slide this over. This almost looks like these would be typos, right? NBY, Melissa gave the idea back through $1 this morning, and I'll show you some charts. And it went to 360. So it's $2.59 a share after the 101 entry or a dollar entry, either one, on about a dime risk. That feels like a typo, right? What's the percentage there? 200 something percent? PRVB, looks like a typo. I called this at 11. Over the mic, it went to 22.82 on about 30 cents risk. Workhorse, 248. That looks like a more normal trade, right? 248, went to 297. ELTK, I'll show you an example of that because that was one of those that we put out that video on how we trade morning gappers. It was actually pretty clean, even though it had a nasty reversal. I made, on this one alone, over $900. And that happened in like 4 minutes. And then TLRY through 44, one of our whole number inflection point plays, went up $2.65 a share from there on about 25 cents risk. Teamwork's fantastic. I'm going to show you a couple of these, and then I'm going to go right into the watch list just to explain some. I'm a big fan of explaining entries rather than, I could put on a bikini top and go to the bank and get a stack of money and wave it over my face to cool myself off and tell you guys I made a killing today. But I'm not going to tell you how. I just want you to join, Well, I discovered one hell of a marketing strategy out there this weekend, so a lot of you saw my tweets. Anyway, this was a morning gap play, this NBY, that topped out here, came back down, and then Melissa spotted a big seller at 1. The high of day was, 20 cents above, but man, she called this through 1. It ends up going over 3. That was just insane. You don't see that too often. PRVB, I called it. These are 5-minute candles. It sells off, starts to curl back up. That line is right at $11. I said over the mic, if this breaks 11, it might rip through high of day. It broke 11, ended up going over 22. Again, insane. Let me get that one out of the way. Workhorse, WKHS, just gave another, this is kind of a clean trader. Gave an intraday cup and handle. I feel like this is from the other day, but this was from today, I'm pretty sure. 248 with the high of day above. I actually have to double check that. You ever have deja vu? I feel like we did this on Friday. No, it was today. All right, 248 and this high from the other day above. So there's the daily. Big rip in that one. And it was only on 8 cents risk. And TLRY, I called through 44. With the red to green and high of day, these two lines, you guys hear me talk about stacked catalysts all the time. I thought if it broke the whole number 44, clean seller on the tape there, 1, 2 potential catalysts just above, and it knocked them both down like dominoes. Another great example. And I'll even show you this ELTK from this morning. Was just, it's hard to see because that arrow's in the way, but there was a high, a lower high, showing you a 2-minute buy setup. If you haven't watched our 37-minute like spliced out of our course. We give you free 37 minutes on one of the ways we play morning gappers. This one sort of met those parameters. You might recognize it if you watch that video. Real quick, I'll show you how to get to the video. All right, there's our website, greatstockpicks.com. That's Great Stock Picks with an X. And just click on Trading Course and scroll down a little bit, and you can maximize this. That's one of the ways we play gap plays. And fast forward to today, and let's look at, I wanted to show you ELTK. I already had the notes on that chart. Sorry about that. There it is. So that's kind of straight out of that video. There's your opening high was at 574 in the opening 2 minutes. Put in a lower high at 570 right there. There was a big seller on the tape. Over the mic, I said I like this if it takes out that 570 seller. I didn't get a screenshot of my entry. My entry was literally, I was one of the people taking out that 570 seller. I sent 2 orders, both of them filled at 570, and then I scaled out all the way up. My best sell was 620. This ended up rolling over, but not before I put $923 in my pocket just on that one alone. All right, so let me get into just an amazing day. Teamwork, and I'm loving all the big moves I'm seeing. All right, so anyway, what am I watching for tomorrow? PRVB. This one ended up closing well off its highs, but you know what? It meets my parameters of an in-play stock. I would like a stronger close, but This one might give a nice red to green tomorrow and squeeze, so we're going to watch it. NBY, I already showed you what Melissa called today through a buck, but the rest of the day, this really was the dumbest thing I've ever seen, because NBY would move like 12 cents and it would halt on the volatility halt. I think this thing halted 20 times today, which is just plumb stupid. I did tweet about how, hey, how just unbelievably goofy that halt rule is. We would prefer, as human beings, for the government to just let supply and demand work instead of trying to think for us. I'm pretty sure most traders, and even if you're not a trader, are with me. That's the halt rule. It helps nobody, absolutely nobody. Anyway, because of that strong day, I'm going to watch it tomorrow. It looks like in after hours it maybe even went up to 4, but we'll see, right? I typed that wrong. GNCA did bounce today. Like I said, I kind of wanted it to hold the 200-day. And if you look at today's range, it went from 487 to 619, but settled in all the way down here at 550. So maybe it found support. I am going to watch it tomorrow, but I'm not in love with it. Kind of the same thing with SOLY. This seems to have maybe double bottomed here after this big pop, and it may be up from here, but it's already had 2 green days in a row, and it's kind of a tough trader, so it's not my favorite one. UONE, if you notice, I hover over yesterday's candle. Yesterday, meaning Friday, it traded 8,000 shares all day. Whenever you see candlesticks that look like paint splatter, not really like candlesticks, it's generally a very, very thin stock. However, going to 5-minute candles, I mean, most of the volume happened in the afternoon. So obviously they had news, and it's got a tiny float, I think, but the chart's really weird. I don't anticipate trading this one, but you never know. If it gives me a low-risk setup and volume comes in, I may give it a shot. CTRV, this one you might look at this chart and say, why in God's name is this on his watch list? But on this day, it was all the way up, this is 3 sessions ago, it was all the way up at 1575. Jane called this, if you didn't see my last video, Jane called this in chat right here over 704, right there. Kind of an opening range breakout. This was on Friday, and it went through to 11. So it's a huge move. And then on Monday, which was today, sold off initially and just kind of a quiet day. So just the fact that this thing made such a huge intraday move and actually traded fairly clean on Friday and a quiet day today, I still think it's worth watching tomorrow for maybe an opening range breakout. All right, so that is CTRV. LJPC. Massive move from, I don't know, $5 and something to almost 14. I want to see another red day or two, but sometimes, keep in mind, I'm only going to take a trade if I get a proper intraday setup, so it doesn't cost me anything to throw this on a chart. And yes, I feel like it needs to come in more. I'd like to see it get down here at least to the 8-day moving average. But sometimes a stock is so strong that one red day and then shorts try to pile in the next day and it rips again. So I will have it on watch for a proper intraday setup. Man, I can't type tonight. RWLK, worth watching. Here it is, 5-minute candles today. Never came close to its opening, 5-minute candle high, but it's another one that has made some crazy moves. So as a day trader, it's irresponsible of me not to have that on a chart. This HIIQ popped up 3 sessions ago to 35 bucks. Then the very next day put in a lower high at 32.15, and today a more narrow range inside of Friday's range. And this one can move at times, so I do want to watch it. A couple green days in a row. I like the inside day. That one's worth watching to me. And then VUZI is my last one. Big volume day, closing well off its highs, but that might catch some attention. People looking at charts tonight, so they might get a red to green or something like that in it tomorrow. You know what? That's plenty to watch. Teamwork's been fantastic. We're also going to add gap plays in the morning, so I'm going to leave it at that. And we'll see y'all in chat tomorrow.